All right, now let's jump into my Discord, which is where we're going to have the reaction content. What do we got here? Let us start with the speech at the Fan Awards. At FanFest, excuse me. All right, let's make sure that doesn't take up too much.
Yeah, no, it should be Yoshida-san's turn, but Soken-san has one more thing to say.
translation.
Oh, we want to change those. Give me a second. I want to change the settings. Subtitles. We want them to be auto-translate into English. So I can get kind of an idea of what the speech is about. Alright. Here, I will bring this down. Give me a second here, team. There we go, there we go.
So I've asked for a few moments of your time today to talk about something about my personal life.
何を言いに来たかというと、皆さんに感謝を伝えに来
So
ま
they
し
do
た。
have the translators. That's
So
kind of
first and
nice.
foremost, I'm here today because I want to thank all of you.
去年のちょうど3
Good
月
translation.
プライマー
His
ズ
captions isn't doing
豊
very
洲ピット
good.
でやるぞって言ってた頃なんですけども、
So it was about last year in March, right before the Primals had planned to do a concert in Toyosu in Japan.
まあちょうどコロナが流行り始める頃だったんですけど、
And the coronavirus pandemic had just started to pick up.
非常に言いにくいんですけども、がんを患いました。
Dude,
And
being
I
a
was
translator would be
diagnosed
so cool.
with cancer at that time.
Okay.
で皆さんには黙ってたんですけども、
And I didn't really tell anyone at that time.
実は、去年の10月頃までずっと病室にいました。
And so until about October of last year, I spent approximately 6 or 7 months in a hospital room.
で何
Dude.
が感謝かと言いますと、
Dude, that would
その時は
suck,
ですね
dude. Just the news of being diagnosed with something like that, but also the amount of time that you would be spending there feeling kind of isolated and separated
そうですね、
would be brutal.
腐らずにこう、
Okay, we're gonna take closed captions off
腐ら
because
ず
they're
に
not
や
really
れ
helping.
っていうことで、
There we go.
所長と吉田直樹とこの上層部のメンバーが便宜を図ってくれまして、特別な体制を取ってくれました。
And so thinking about how to use that time, I didn't want to just sit there and do nothing. And neither did Yoshida-san, and neither did our CEO. And so
Naturally.
they worked it out so we could have a special arrangement while I was in the hospital.
Sick,
So
dude. That's sick.
変わらず接してくれ。
Dude, I appreciate that even being diagnosed with cancer, he's just like, you know what? I still want to do stuff. I gotta do things. Come on
がい
now.
て、なんとかがんを克服できるかなってことだったんですけども、
And I also had a lot of support from my sound team as well. And with that, I spent those months trying to fight this cancer.
You wrecked it, dude.
やっぱ抗
Kicked
がん
it in
剤
its
という
a-hole.
薬は非常に強力な薬で、ちょっと精神が参ってしまう時が多々ありました。
The chemotherapy, as a lot of you know, was really tough for me.
Brutal.
And mentally tough as well as physically tough.
Yeah.
ですが、パッチ 5.3
Dude,
ちょうど
anybody
出し
that
て
makes it through cancer is a friggin'
JDH
beast.
がちょうど出た頃なんで
I
す
don't
け
care
ど
who
も、
you are.
プレイヤーのみんながシャドウブリンガーズを
I know he said Shadowbringers. I do know that. Oh,
Play
things
stay.
about to get emotional.
感動したと言ってくれて、
His composure is solid here.
励みになってがんを克服することができました。
And so I was working there in the hospital room very hard for all those months. And finally, we were able to release 5.3, release the song To the Edge. And seeing the reactions of all of the players from around the world, it
I wanna-
helped me conquer this cancer.
I should listen to the song. It says "To the Edge." Let me write that down. Because I kind of want to hear that song, unless they play it in the video, which would be sick.
現在は、予後が良いということで、医者からほぼ寛解という形で、もうお前はステージに立ってこいと言われて、今日こんな感じで昨日今日とステージに立たせてもらいました。本当にこのステージに帰ってこれたのも、そこで後ろ向いてる吉田直樹とそれから昨日帰っちゃった社長とそれから多くの人事の
Just facing away the whole time. Is he getting emotional?
本当に協力してくれたおかげです。
And so, I'm happy to say that I asked my doctor if I could go out, and he said yes, because cancer, luckily, is in remission right now, almost in full remission.
Yes.
And that's why I'm able to stand here today, because of all the power I've got from everyone, from Yoshida Naoki, who supported me, from CEO and President Matsuda-san, who supported me, for all the...
Dude, all I have to say is what a contrast. So, this guy has cancer, and there's a chance, you know, obviously, we don't know, there's a chance that he passes, like, while he's in the hospital, but the people that he worked with was like, you know what? We're going to make this happen, and we're going to work with you, and we're going to do our best to support you through this time. And I think that's so cool, and it just goes to speak for how good of a company this is that they're willing to support somebody through that. That's so cool.
All those great people in our HR department that made it possible for me to continue working and get through this, and then return here in front of you.
そしてさっきも言ったようにプレイヤーの皆さんがプレイしてゲームをプレイして楽しかったよと感動したよって言ってくれた言葉が一番心に響きました。なので
And we can't forget that's you, the players, and all of your comments and all of your love. That's what brought me back.
Heck yeah.
ゲームっていうエンターテインメントはこう人の心も救えるんだなっていうふうにすごく思いました。
And I realized through all of this that video games can really, heal.
First, before we continue on that, I think that's a really good point. Mostly because it has like this community, this camaraderie that's brought about around it. But I want to point out something that I think is a dramatic difference societally and like culturally. So generally speaking, on the eastern continents, especially like Japanese continents, there is what kind of would be called like an honor shame culture. So a lot of what they do and how they interact with other people is based around that kind of parameter. And here in the Eastern worlds, in the US, it's not so much of an honor shame culture. So you have a lot of like just kind of buy your books, like pull yourself up by your bootstraps type mentality. And we can sometimes miss out on the importance of really rallying behind somebody. And I think like the honor shame like cultures really have something going for them in that capacity. And you can see communities really kind of circle around and support somebody who they find to be an honorable person for whatever reason it may be. They did something good. They developed a cool technology or helped with music or video games or whatever it may be. And so I think that's kind of a cool... I think that's a really cool delineation between how two different areas can handle something so intense as like cancer, for instance, so dramatically differently on a large scale level, and they each kind of has their own really important kind of nuances that are involved there. But I think that's something that's really cool and that I've always admired about like specifically like Japanese cultures. There's a lot based around honoring those around you and respecting those around you. I think that's really cool.
いいゲームを作っていくように精進しますんで、皆さん楽しんでいってください。
And from here on out, I'm going to continue to give it my all to create great games for you guys.
Heck yeah.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much.
Nice.
Yay.
That's fun. That's fun. That would be quite an emotional story to tell in front of an arena of people. Yeah, I had cancer, but I was able to do some cool
落ち着いたら
things.
安田さんの順番です。よろしくお願いします。
That's fun.
Okay, take your time, and then it's your time, 吉田さん。
The Yoshi P! My dude! You can't help but kind of feel emotional in this moment.
開発迷惑かけちゃうかなと思って。
Yeah.
そう
Soken didn't tell anyone, even in the development team, because he didn't want anyone to worry about him.
気にして開発が滞っちゃったら大事な時なのに嫌だから。
It was very important for the dev team, and he thought that if he told them that that would affect their performance, and he didn't want that to happen.
それで発注の曲数変えるなって言われた私の気持ちにもなってくださいよ。
So, I mean, now, I don't, I made you create so many songs while you were in the hospital, and now I feel really bad.
でも一言
Dude, the emotions, dude. This is a good one. This is so good. I love seeing how emotionally invested they are in each other's lives.
一言言
Oh
わ
my
せて
goodness.
それで仕事を腐らずに気を使わずに遠慮なくいつも通り発注してきてくれた14スタッフがいたからいつも通り俺は仕事をやれて日常に戻ってこれたんだ。
But it was because, I wasn't treated differently. Because you gave me the same amount of work,
Sure.
the same kind of orders that you always do. That made me feel like, it was nothing had changed, and that's what got me through
That's
this.
good. Yeah. I can't imagine how important that would be to feel something consistent in your life. Like when something so big is about to change that's kind of outside of your control, you need some level of like normalcy. And I think it's a really great point, is not treating somebody and alienating them or treating them better or being softer on them. Obviously with certain parameters, right? You want to be there to encourage and build up people, and sometimes that does mean pulling back the reins a little bit. But I think it's really cool point that in something so crazy and so stressful and something that changes your life so much, having that just semblance of normalcy is so
さんが病
important.
院にいて私たちが開発にいてソケンさんが細かいタイミングの汗できないからトゥードエッジの乾燥の間にあと1秒空白入れてとかちょっと多すぎたあとちょっと減らしてとかやってましたけどハマりましたね無事に。
But all that back and forth about to the edge about trimming things 1 second so it will fit better with the cutscene. All of that, we did with you, and you were in the hospital the whole time and we didn't know.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh,
Wow.
dude, what a legend!
まずはそ
What
け
a
お帰り。
freaking legend.
Welcome back, Soken.
戻ってきました。ありがとうございます本当に。
Thank you very much. I'm back.
迷ったんですよ。すごい迷ったんです。
It was a tough decision whether to talk about this or not.
でも
Legend,
俺
dude.
目標ねえとやっていけないからって。
But, if I don't have something to do, if I don't have something, Soken said, if I don't have something to do, then I don't have anything to live for.
頼むから直樹さんで変わんないでくれって。
So, don't change anything.
一番辛いのそうけんなのに。
It was the toughest for Soken.
Yes.
All of this.
開発にも言うなって。
That's so good,
Him
though.
telling us, not to tell the dev team.
でも東洋で通会してても
Dude, I couldn't
Even
imagine.
though he was in so much pain.
I couldn't imagine what it'd be like to kind of hold the weight of that.
会いにも行ってやれないし。
And, and because of the coronavirus pandemic, no one can go and see him.
Oh,
なんで
dude, I
こ
didn't
んな
even think
頑張
about
ってる
that.
やつに
That
Why
would
is he
suck.
working so hard?
でも言うんだよ、そけ。世界中でプ
I
レイ
didn't
ヤー
even
待って
think
て
about
く
that
れる
other
し
layer,
って
dude. Frick
So
that.
Soken told us it's because the players are waiting for it. The players want it. And that's why we have to do it.
それで良かったって言ってくれるのが俺がガンと戦う最大の薬だから。
And the best medicine to cure my cancer is, the cheers from the fans.
Dude, what a beast, dude. To be able to do all that in the freaking hospital while you're diagnosed with cancer and nobody can even come see you. Oh my gosh. That's absurd.
まあよくいろんなところで言ってますけど、僕10年前、10年ちょっと前か、まあこういうでかいキャプチャースタジオでもう一回 OT やり直すぞって300人ぐらいかなの開発を前に話をしたとき、
So more than a decade ago, when I took over this team, I gave a speech in front of the more than 300 dev team members
All right.
that were on the team.
みんなそりゃそうだよね、みんなすごい複雑な顔してて、
Dude, I bet they all remember it too.
And they all gave me very strange looks.
でもね、素見だけ、俺のマイク調整してた素見だけ2階のね、一番手すりの一番前に出てね、ガッツポーズして飛び上がってたんだよね。やってやるぞって。
But then, you know, while all of the other dev teams are kind of sitting there going, what's going on? What's going to happen with this new director? It was Soken that came up in front, you know, pumped his fist and said, let's do this.
よかった。
Dude, what a cool relationship they have. Like, that was day one. Oh my gosh.
で、絶対にプライマルズのステージやるんだって。でもコロナでファンフェスは中止になってきし、ライブもやらせてやれないし。
And then we got back and, you know, we were going to have another Primals concert. And then Corona came. We had to cancel it. And then this.
Yeah. Everything all at freaking once, huh?
まあでもよかった。みんなに開発もごめんねなん伝えられなくて。
I'm really sorry. I want to apologize to the dev team members for not being able to tell you.
きっと放送見てみんなショック受けてると思うんだけど。
I think everyone watching out here is probably in extreme shock. Y'all are too.
双剣戦って帰ってきたからまたみんなで一緒に次の冒険出れると思うし。
Soken's back and he's going to be ready for our next adventure.
ファンフェスとしてちょっとごめんなさい、締めのコメントとしてふさわしいのかどうかわかんないですけど、世界中の光の選手のおかげで僕の盟友が帰ってこれたので本当にお礼を言いたいです。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
I'm not sure if this is the right type of comment for the ending of the fan festival, but I just want to say I'm so happy that my best friend is back with me.
Why would that not be a great comment? I don't get it.
必ずこれからもいいゲーム作ってコロナが落ち着く、絶対落ち着くと思うので、世界中の医療関係者の人たちみんな頑張ってくれてるし絶対落ち着くと思うんで、またファンフェスね、デジタルもいいけどやっぱり直接皆さんに会いに行きたいので、まだね60作ってる途中ですけど、次のファンフェス目指してまた頑張っていこうと思いますので、ぜひこれからもよろしくお願いします。
So we're going to continue doing our best to create this game. You know, currently, because of the corona pandemic, you know, there's people out there all around the world, medical staff, frontline workers are doing their best to get us through this. And once we're through this, I mean, yes, this Digital Fan Fest was great, but we'd like to get back out in front of you guys and travel the world and see all of you in person.
Dude, that would be sick.
We're going to work on 6.0 first, but once we're done with that, hopefully we can be back with you again. Thank you very much.
改めてありがとうございました。
Thank you very much.
じゃあすいません、最後にみんなでちょっと
That's awesome. That was
ちょっとソーシャルディスタンス上できないので、僕の掛け声でありがとうございましたの気持ちを伝えて終わろうと思います。
All right, usually this is the part where I'll hold hands and bow, but we can't hold hands because of social distancing, so we're going to do this air holding hands. Ready? Thank you very much.
Dude, that's so fun. That is so fun, dude. That's super fun. I don't know how long it was messed up on stream for you guys, but I did notice, like, part of the way through the video, it wasn't showing up on stream, even though it was in my OBS software and everything. So I apologize for that. But what a freaking cool video. Like, to be put, I know we've talked about it and we've recapped it a handful of times, but to be put in a hospital for cancer during COVID when nobody can come see you, and you tell pretty much nobody on the development team, and you're working from the hospital to develop this. Dude, that's intense. And it was so cool. It was so cool to see. It was so cool to see their relationship. And how much they like truly care about each other. So that was awesome. That was a good reaction one. I apologize that it was messed up on stream for a little while.